Hello YouTube and welcome to another Gunpla Network special report. Of course, I'm your host as always, The Spicer, and today we're taking a look at the GBWC 2019 champions. Now before we get to the actual champions of the GBWC, there are a couple award winners we're going to take a look at first. Starting off with the Gundam Base Special Award. This is modeled by Jaef Liang and it's titled Operation V and comes out of Singapore. Now, Operation V sounds familiar because it is from original 0079 Gundam, and it takes a very Origin-style take with all of these mobile suits. The ARC 78-2 does feature the shoulder cannon in place of one of the beam sabers and the Origin-style beam rifle, so we can assume that this is kind of designed to be more Origin-like, which ties us into the gun cannon and gun tank, since we don't have a lot of animation artwork for either of those yet from the Origin OVAs. And they're more of the mass production model, or at least take a lot of hints from that, with the gun cannon featuring the mass production gun cannon's legs and the gun tank looking a lot more like the 08th MST version. It gives more of an Origin vibe, and of course the green V in the back helps tie everything together. It doesn't stand out a whole lot, but it does, you know, when your eyes kind of wander a little bit, bring you back down to one of the mobile suits. So, very great, very nice design work. Now for the SanteFX Special Award, we have Reita Takahashi with a beautiful Supreme Ruler coming out of Japan. And this is very transient Gundam mixed with some Blue Eyes White Dragon feel, featuring a lot of different parts that I've had to stare at this picture for a while to try to figure out what some of these parts are. But the main Gundam itself is some variant of an Astray. I'm guessing most of it is the Sengoku Astray, but it's done in a white, very crisp white, with the metallic blue, much like a transient Gundam kind of scheme, to match with the dragon in the background, which features a lot of Astray. I think I see some Atlas parts in there, some Barbados, some GNX, and of course the Sengoku Astray V-Fin. And it just fits together so well, this whole dragon and mobile suit motif we've seen before, and it just still works. Dragons and mobile suits go together just for some reason. Now on to the open course. In third place, we have Ronald Madi with the Earth Federation Special Forces Tactical Unit coming out of Indonesia. Now this is featuring a squad of mobile suits, mainly led by a Jesta, which looks to be the commander unit as it has an orange shoulder piece, and anytime a mobile suit has one different colored piece on it, whether it's something on the head or the shoulder, it gets me. Like, I love that design. That high contrast really brings your eyes to that mobile suit and it's like, hey, what's going on there? In the background, we have a GM sniper variant custom thing. It looks like it's mostly using a GM sniper, but it's also got the legs of something from Age. It looks like maybe like the G Bouncer, the G Exis, but it matches really well. It makes the mobile suit much taller, much lankier. Very good design work. Then we've got a little thing hanging up over the edge, kind of like a UAV type situation with a little Gatling gun on the bottom and a little dog mech down towards the Jesta's feet. Very cool design work. Everything is tied in very well. It looks like one cohesive unit, so really solid work. In second place, we have Yapsun Chong with Angel Strike Back coming out of Malaysia, and this is gonna utilize some of the GB guard base frame thingies. I can't remember their exact names, but the grunt suit variants from Build Divers Season 1, if I'm correct, and what looks like a mobile worker, and that is the most like mech I've ever seen. Like, it, not Gundam at all. It just looks very bulky, very American style mech, all being attacked by a something. It looks like it's based on one of the waifu kits or one of the figurized kits with a red claw from the mobile worker, and that red claw really just stands out so hard. It really draws your eyes to it. It's almost kind of like a Mega Man feel in a way, and there's this chain coming out. It's a really intricate piece. There's a lot of moving parts, so your eyes have a lot to look at. You know, if your eyes kind of wander, you're gonna find something new. So a really interesting piece just in terms of visual quality. Now in first place we have Zhao Junhan with Dream coming from mainland China. And this is what I've been trying to figure out how I was going to phrase this, and it really gives me the vibe of the SD series, like the Sengoku Sengetsu-den, or even some of the BB Senshi, where they give them these kind of more traditional armors, like traditional Chinese armor in this instance, and that's what it looks like, just scaled up to a full-size mobile suit, with a mobile suit koi in the background coming out of a pond. And it took me a second to even realize that, because just the Gundam, the XE is just so intricate. There's so many little details to look at. It's a great diorama. The little Exia in the front looks kind of like it's dreaming, and that's even just or reading a book, kind of daydreaming. That's even cooler. Like, just having that extra level of meta-ness in there is really neat. But just the detail work in and of itself is immaculate. You know, you can stare at the mobile suit itself and find so many different things. Like, looking at it now, I'm noticing there's more green than I thought there was, just kind of in the background. So very, very stellar work. Now for the junior course, in third place, Tai Ngoc An Quan with Oni Person coming from Vietnam. This is a Sengoku Astray with one of the cleanest paint jobs I've ever seen. Like, I'm super jealous. This is such a good paint job. Very metallic red with black and purple accents. I am a sucker for purple. Like, it's such an underutilized color and accents everything so well a lot of times. And one thing I really want to point out here is the blade work, the actual swords themselves being painted over so they're not chrome anymore, and have like a really nice, very accurate looking edging on the swords themselves. That I have no idea how that technique is pulled off. Like, I assume it's some kind of airbrushing technique, but just immaculate. Like, my eyes just do not leave the swords. It's a beautiful paint job. In second place, we have Myong Zhao, the Advance of Zeta Titans test team coming out of South Korea. And I'm a sucker for Advance of Zeta stuff, so of course I was like, yes. Everything about this is just cool. It's really detailed. You've got, of course, the diorama piece with all of the hangar parts and the little people and just all the walkways and everything. But then you have the Zeta, the actual units themselves, and the thing that just constantly draws my eyes in this is the little red accents, typically on the fingers. I don't know why the red finger thing is part of the Titan test team and all of that, but I've always loved that. It's just such a cool accent, and I mean, I know you don't see all the fingers most of the time anyway, but it's so good, just great design work. The main unit has the giant arm set on it. Really neat. I'm guessing, that is some kind of custom or pulled off of some other kit. I think that actually might have been a P-Bandai thing at some point. It's hard to tell sometimes with the Astray units just because they're so wild, or not Astray, Advanced Zeta units, because they're just so crazy. It reminds me of an Astray unit, the red frames, big arms. But either a Hazenthleigh or a Hazel variant. It's kind of hard to tell a little bit here. And then in the back, we've got a Hazenthleigh unit. And in first place, we have Munyan Ting Shermaine with the YMTS Dalsera Rider mode coming out of Singapore. And I love the fact that multiple people have used purple as an accent color, just because purple is so underutilized again. But this is a Sarah doll riding a Foon Psyche. Also, very underutilized kit. Good on you, Foon Psyche. The ribbon work here, the flowing hair, the flowing reins, the like kind of skirting around the Sarah doll itself, very nicely done, very nicely detailed. Everything is super clean. The gold is clean. It's very high contrast. The paint on all of these have been just really, really good, but this takes that extra step of design work and figuring out, okay, well, how am I going to execute this kind of armor style on this mobile suit with Foon Psyche? Because Foon Psyche is not the easiest thing to deal with sometimes, but phenomenal job. Everyone just killed it this year, as always. The winners always do, but really, really solid. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite is of all of these suits. And is purple underutilized? I'm not the only one. Everyone knows it is. Go ahead and just say yes. Leave a like, leave a comment to confirm my suspicions there. But if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments as well. Check out our other videos. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, cop some sweet merch. Buy a shirt. Why not? It's the holidays. It's cold. You'll need a shirt. You'll need a hoodie. You'll need a sweater. Go ahead and check it out. And of course, keep on building.